All right, Panther fans, welcome to Stock Tips 101. Since I'm getting to the point where I can completely call the score and the overtime and the entire thing, but pregame, we're just going to go with stock tips now. And if you guys make any money, I can't use it on myself; it won't work. So I get 10%. That's how we're going to do this. All right, how we doing, Stu? We won't lose, dude. It's like I'm exhausted with the bites and the clapping. It's like just I want some variety. Throw me a bone. Give me something to complain about. This is I don't know what to do with myself.
Should have just been ho hum. 2 points.
That's all I'm going to be left with soon.
Well, you couldn't help but be like super stoked, enthusiastic, supercharged after the overtime goal was just nuts. In fact, I sent you that picture of Huberdeau that's just a classic.
Right.
Somebody tagged it an iconic shot, but I mean, Barkov even amazes Huberdeau, and Huberdeau amazes Barkov. Just great.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I really thought we were going down at the end there, but I said to you, we're going to tie it. I just, They don't want to lose.
No,
that's the thing. Right. They don't want to lose, even though they're not playing 100%. We know that. I wouldn't use the word coasting. I know you said we're coasting, but
I tell you what I noticed, and I'm totally okay with it. I watched Marchment do it, I watched Huberdeau do it, and I watched Hornquist do it. I saw all three coming into the offensive zone and slow down as they approach the boards to not hit the boards. I'm good with that. We can save it. You know what I mean? Especially if we end up playing a Tampa or a Toronto or a Boston too. Those are Canes really too. It's going to be physical, is what I'm trying to say in the playoffs. It's obviously going to be physical, and I know last night. I don't know if my constant bitching about changing the lines worked. Because it's interesting because that line actually didn't score. Barkov somehow all three goals that Barkov got was the power play, the 4-on-4, and then the 3-on-3. So that new top line, at least for the one game, like I said, I'm not a fan. We just scored 12 goals in 2 games. So and I know that you kind of liked it. I think it leaves the second line a little thin.
I'll tell you, here's my thinking. I mean, Bruno's switched around the lines in game many times. Right. So who knows if it would be permanent. I'm not a big Carter Verhaeghe fan.
Okay.
I'll just put it out there. I think the guy's, on the borderline of puck hog. And I think the best 2 players that we have on the top are on the top line. I mean, I think they got Giroux to play with Barkov.
Right.
Okay. And obviously putting Huberdeau on there, you got 3 all-stars. Now, they're new playing with each other. I agree with you to some extent that they're just, all 3 are pass first guys.
Right.
I think that'll eventually meld into a find the guy, take the shot kind of guy.
Right.
But the second line, Bennett, Verhaeghe, and Duclair, they're just going to have to get used to each other and step up. I mean, obviously Bennett and Duclair have the chemistry. It's Verhaeghe that's the odd,
right.
It's the odd man. Again, I'm glad we have him. But I'm not happy to see him, continue to take stupid penalties, continue to, not pass when I think he should. I mean, I watched at least 3 instances last night where, he's skating around the net or on the side there, and there's, he comes out near the blue line, and there's plenty of opportunities for him to, dish the puck off to somebody, and he just, he tries to be Vinny Trocheck. I'm sorry, that's my observation.
Right. I get it.
And he's been inconsistent. His goal production, has dropped off considerably since the beginning of the year. So I'm all in for the Barkov Huberto Giroux goal. Bruno's doing it. Obviously we now have 6 games left. Hopefully by the time we get to playoffs, if he's going to stick with that line
Right.
as the top line, hopefully their goal production will will only get better.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I hear all those points, and look, I mean, I know it sounds stupid to think, because you're not wrong. Those are the 3 best guys on the team, no doubt. We had talked about it to me, Bennett with Huberto and Giroux, that was the top line. So to me, it just kind of, I don't know. It in my estimation, instead of having 1A and 1B, now it's a clear 1 and a second line. So I think it waters things down just a little bit, but we'll move on.
I think you're upset about the timing and the fact that, we've put up so many goals,
right,
in the last, whatever's going to help the team, at this point in time, it's all about the playoffs.
Right.
What line's going to be the most effective? What is going to be the hardest to stop in the playoffs?
Right. Yep.
So
I get it. Well, look, and the other thing, excuse me, Haig didn't have a bad game. I prefer Lindbaum. I prefer Carlson to Haig.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Haig fan either. From what I've seen,
he seems to get out of position.
He's just okay.
Right.
He can't hit the side of a barn as far as his shot. I don't think one of his shots has been on net.
Right.
Personally, out of the 3, I want to see Carlson.
Right.
I think you and I are in agreement on that.
Right. Yeah, and we don't know if Ekblad's skating, but we haven't heard anything about him definitely being back, for game 1. But then let's you think so?
Back.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Stu's calling it now. So let's talk about what you showed me, which was the Gudis kick to Barkov.
Oh yeah. So I didn't see it the first time. I didn't even see it the second time. But the third time I watched that play, and first of all, I was wondering, and I looked at a double take, Radko Gudis in front of the opposition net.
Right.
Like, what's going on here?
Right.
4-on-4. I realized it was 4-on-4.
Yeah.
So it might not have happened in a 5-on-5 situation, but in that fight for the puck, scrum, whatever you want to call it, Gudis had the peace of mind, whatever wherewithal to kick the puck out to Barkov.
Yep.
So you guys, Eric, you have the link. I sent you the link this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, people, if you have Instagram, you can go to the Florida Panthers Instagram site and just scroll down. You'll see it. Yeah. It was just an amazing play by Gudis.
Yeah.
To have in the heat of the battle, to have that, he had no other play other than to kick it out.
Right.
So, Barkov hat trick, really nice, 37 goals. So I immediately texted Randy that there's only been one player in Panther history that has gotten more than 40 goals, 40 or more, and that's Pavel Bure.
Yep.
The closest anybody else came was Olli Jokinen. He had 39, and another year he had 38, and Hoffman had 36.
Right.
So the big question is, can Barkov get 3 goals in 6 games?
Yeah, maybe. I believe so. It depends on, how much ice time and
let's just say he can. He's on a on a wicked streak right now. I think it's 23 points in 15 games. And by the way, so we're 11 in a row.
Yeah.
But we're also 14-1 in our last 15 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
So taking away, I think what is it? The
Toronto game. Yeah, we haven't. It's been a while. It's been a while since we lost.
So I mean, we could be on a 15-game winning streak right now.
Right.
But anyway.
So I'm curious your opinion, because I gave mine on the recap. So I'm curious on your opinion on what Uyghur did.
At the end, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So listen, this kid was frustrated from it seemed from the beginning of the game. And I heard it and somebody else heard it and posted it on Twitter. And that was Uyghur took a shot. He was all alone. He took a wicked shot. It was a blast that missed the net and he F-bombed.
Right.
And you could hear it all the way. I mean, obviously the broadcast.
Is that what I heard? I think I might have heard that. It sounded almost like a fan, but I thought, wait, somebody, it sounded out of place because I think I believe I heard, I didn't realize who it was, but it sounded like somebody just screamed, like really loud.
He was ticked off that he missed the net.
Okay.
So, I mean, all during the game, he was on the ice for at least one of the Islander goals. He looked out of place. I think it was on the second one. I mean, these things happen.
Right.
But I mean, with such little time left, you got to make sure you don't take a delay of game penalty. Would I have rather have seen him take the delay of penalty as opposed to just trying to get it out and giving it right to the Islander and then have them score? Okay.
Right.
But this is where discipline comes in.
Right.
Because there's no reason to get a 10-minute misconduct. I mean, the refs let you get away with so much.
Right.
But if he called the ref an expletive name, that's like instant misconduct.
Right. Well, I think it was because of the swinging of the stick, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I'm assuming we didn't hear what he said then. And that circles back to something I've said for a long time since last year in the playoffs. I feel like he tries to do too much. I feel like he actually puts way too much pressure on himself. And then that's what gets him, indecisive about, am I pinching in? Am I staying back? So I think maybe we just saw a little bit of that frustration for whatever reason. We won in 10 in a row. I mean, unless he's just frustrated, maybe he's pissed off that Forsling's scoring and he's not. I don't know. I mean, other than that, though, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you know what? That's not. He's not somebody that I think that's a problem with. You know what I mean? That is not his style. Maybe he's, clearly if people were hearing him yell, drop the F on him on the ice like that, then who knows what's going on in his life.
Yeah.
Or
and like I said, it was pretty early in the game.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what I heard, but now that you guys mention that, I remember hearing at some point going, that seemed out of place. That seemed like that was just one random person screaming.
It was clear as a bell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, well, look, we've got 11 in a row, and now what do we got? 6 left. I mean, we should be able to take Detroit down. Right. Well, they just beat Tampa
tomorrow.
Right? Yeah.
One would think they're going to come back at us. Obviously, playing us and getting embarrassed the other night. But every team wants to be the one that's going to take us down.
Right.
So it's going to be a question of whether we come out. Now, Barkov in his post-game, interview said that he thought we played good. I think we played good. I think Sorokin was just out of his mind.
Yeah.
But we found a way to win.
Right.
And if you notice in the last few games, other than, the 6-1 Detroit, 6-1 Winnipeg, I mean, some of these games have been 2-1, 3-2.
Right. Yeah.
Goldie made a point of saying that, in the last 5 games or so, our goals against have been,
it's been
going down. They're trying to tighten up the D,
right,
and hold the opposition down to 1 or 2 goals.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought, Bob had a decent game. I don't think he was tested. I'm curious what the final total was. But at one point, they only had like 9 or 10 shots. And
that was
in like the beginning of the third period.
Yeah, I think they got up past 20 at some point because I remember seeing 19. But it wasn't a ton of shots, but they did have that one. They did have a really good quick chance where he made a nice save with 50 seconds left. So that was good to see because that's
Yeah,
happened a few times.
he did make a couple of, spectacular saves, but for the most part, I thought, you know, I really didn't see
Well, with
him working
with
him working
Bobrovsky,
up a big sweat.
right? No, but with him, I mean his bad games, oh, some of his bad games. I don't know if I want to say most, but at least half of his bad games come when he's just off and he's just letting in a goal or two that should not be getting let in. Most of the
Yep.
time when he's getting worked pretty heavy, those are the games he does a really good job. You know,
Yeah, we
so
saw a few games there where his angles weren't,
yeah,
was
yeah,
out of position. He he was flopping, and that had a lot to do with the opposing team, making him go back and forth,
right,
left, right.
right. Yeah, and that's
So
during that streak we were giving up the puck. We had that 3 or 4 game streak where just like every time the puck went behind our net, somehow it was getting shoved out in front of the net, and
and
we were leaving guys.
yeah, that happened a couple of times last night, and it
Mhm.
cost us at least on one of the goals.
Yeah.
But I'm okay.
Right. Yep.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I just think, obviously they're working on things. You can see it. The
Yeah.
power play just boggles my mind how they could, score 3 power play goals in one game, and then unlike in last night's game where they don't even take a shot. I
No.
mean, the first Barkov goal, Reinhardt, and this was great. This is what we needed, whether it be Reinhardt or Hornquist.
Right.
Somebody's got to be in front of the goalie,
Right.
screening, taking his eyes away. That's the
Right.
only reason that Barkov scored is because Sorokin just for a split second lost sight of the puck, and
Right.
Barkov made an amazing move on Parisi where he just
Yeah.
dipped his shoulder, a head fake, and Parisi bit and went too far to the right, and Barkov shot
Right.
from the left to the right.
Yeah. No, it
You
was
know,
it
he
was a
beat him glove side up
yeah.
high. So
We're
um,
losing your camera. We're losing your
uh,
camera.
sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, so Thursday we got the Wings, and Toronto plays Tampa. And so if Toronto loses in regulation and we beat the Wings, the conference is clinched.
Well, the conference is going to be clinched. We got 6 games.
Hey,
Even if we
I
go 500, that's 9 points. We
I
now
know,
have
I know.
116 points.
Right. Yeah.
So if we win
Right.
3 games out of 6, that's 9
Right.
points. That
Right.
takes us to 125 points.
No, 3 games. If we win 3, that's 6 more points. So that's 122.
Oh, 122. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to save everybody the qualifications in the comments.
Yeah, too early in the
Yeah,
morning.
exactly.
No coffee. Okay, but what I'm saying is obviously it passes my 120
Right.
that I
And
predicted.
did you see the correction when we were talking in the last video? We were looking at, because I had mentioned, this was going to be Huberdeau Barkov's 4th playoff time, and I don't know what when you looked it up, and we thought that Huberdeau had played in that Devils series, but he actually didn't. He came on the year after. So
Okay.
couple people corrected us in the comments. So I just
All
wanted to
right.
make
Listen,
sure
like I
that
said,
I acknowledged that,
I'm
that
right most of the time, but not
hey.
all the time.
Well, look,
I'll
just
admit
blame
that.
Google. You looked it up. It wasn't like you did it from memory. You looked it up.
Well,
So they showed you something.
I did. I Googled it and I saw the year. So
Yeah, well, that's what I told him. It's 11.
my bad.
It was 11-12, but he came in 12-13.
So I think that was the year where it was Fleischman,
Weiss, Versteeg,
Versteeg.
Branson was
Yeah,
on.
Chris
Yeah,
Versteeg, right.
yeah.
Okay.
Jovanovski was still on that team. Jose Theodore and Scott Clemenson.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Whatever.
yeah. Look, for us, time stopped at Game 4 in 1996, and we're just waiting for something to happen since then. It's really
Yeah, I the people on Twitter just burn the hell out of me because they talk about two things. They talk about number one, we haven't won a playoff series since
Right.
'96, and number
Right.
two, they talk about our attendance. That really burns me.
The attendance has been good.
I know, but I'm seeing
Yeah.
tweets out there about, well, the three people that are in attendance, they
Yeah, I
want to
know.
just,
It's
they like that. They're
old-
like, just a little digs there.
right,
So,
right. Hey, look, have you seen Tons, a good friend of mine, fan of the channel, sent me, I think, how much did he have to pay? This was hold on a second. It was two seats. It was two good seats for game one, and it was like 700 and some odd change, or 671 or something. It was like $7 for two good seats for game one. So there's gonna be people there. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that arena will have 20,000. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's capacity.
Yep. And
It's going to be rocking.
if anybody
Um,
can buy themselves a wholesale lot of plastic rats, you'll do just fine out there in the parking lot before the game.
So Huberdeau gets assists on all three goals. He now jumps over McDavid by 1 point in the Art Ross, in the scoring race.
Right.
Each player has 6 games left. Got to
Okay.
see what again, Edmonton, they're going nowhere, so
Right.
they're going to be playing loosey goosey, and
Right.
I would imagine they're going to, I guess, try and get the puck to McDavid and Draisaitl. Draisaitl's
Right.
got, I think he's got either 50 or he's got a little over 50. So,
Jeez.
but I'd like to see Huberdeau get his scoring race trophy.
Right.
I want to see Barkov get his 40 goals. I want to see Bennett
Yeah.
and Reinhardt get to 30.
Right.
That would be like insane, having 5 30-goal scorers. I don't know if that's ever been done. I mean, we're breaking a lot of
Breaking a lot of
this year.
records. Right.
Franchise records for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Set a
ridiculous.
record last night for most road wins.
Right. And hopefully Lundell gets 20.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Right.
So I looked at the I pulled up the NHL league standings, and we have the same identical record as Colorado.
Yeah.
But Colorado was listed first, and I mistakenly, I didn't stop and think, what would be the tiebreaker there. I saw goal differential. Colorado is plus 87, we're plus 100.
Right.
But then
It's
this guy Zach corrected me and said because Colorado has more regulation wins.
yeah. It's the row. It's
Obviously.
the right. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Again, my bad on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're right. We're tied with Colorado right now for the President's Cup.
Yeah. Well, look, everything I've heard, that doesn't sound like they're going to take their foot off the gas. Oh, they kind of have. I mean, they're not playing. They're playing good. They're not going out there and expending huge amounts of energy. So, and the third and the fourth line is on the ice a lot, which that's really good to see. And as long as we can stay healthy, and Mammon looks good.
And what did I tweet you during the game about that?
Well, I don't know.
No injuries.
Yeah, no injuries. Right.
Every time one of our guys goes in the corner and whatnot, and
I know.
the other guy is looking to just cream us. And they saw, and I think Forsling was a target last night.
Yeah.
And he sidestepped a couple of hits.
Right.
That Martin is such a dirty player.
Yeah, that was
He really is. He just
okay.
he was looking to hurt somebody. He definitely was looking to hurt Forsling on that late hit.
right.
And I don't understand, in a situation like that, whether it be anybody on any team hitting a guy that late into
Right.
the boards like that, it should be, 2-2.
Yeah, it should be more than 2. I agree
It
with
should
you
be
there.
4 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That wasn't called. The refs again missed a number of penalties last night. But
Hey.
anyway, that's about
that's
it.
it.
I mean,
Yep.
the train keeps rolling.
Yep.
Detroit, it's a game that we should win.
Right.
The big test is going to be Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
I would like to see Knight in tomorrow, and then Bob in for Toronto, and then Knight in for Tampa. That's
Interesting.
what I'd like to see.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Right.
Maybe he'll put Bob in tomorrow and then Knight on Saturday. But
Yeah.
got to remember, Knight's played pretty good against Tampa. So
Right.
that's why I'm calling that the way I'm calling that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And the whole thing with Ekblad, I don't think we're gonna hear, and I don't even know if, I mean, it was that kid Colby that works for George
Right.
that supposedly got the video of Ekblad. I don't know if the Panthers are going to be too happy that that kid, that's why the practices are closed.
Right.
I don't think they want the rest of the league to know, what progress he's making.
Right.
I mean, it really shouldn't matter if he's out there, he's out there. But
Yeah. I mean, look,
just hoping he's ready. I'm hoping that, in these last few games, and that if he is with the team and he is skating and he is participating in, practices, that he's just getting his stamina back.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's just get your legs back. A lot of stopping and starting drills. Make sure that leg is not no twinges. If he's feeling,
It's going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting to see what the pairings are going to be.
Yeah.
You got to think that it's going to be Uyghur and Ekblad back together, and obviously, I would like to see a different.
Well, look, if the pairing that's been, like last night was Forsling and Montour. So if you put Uyghur with Ekblad, then you leave Forsling and Montour as the second pair, and then Gudis Sherratt as the third pair. That could work.
I still say it. Forsling and Ekblad 1.
Right.
Uyghur and Sherratt 2.
Hmm.
And Gudis and Montour 3.
Or
you could have Sherratt and Gudis.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
I don't think Uyghur and his ego would take being, demoted.
Right.
Even though
Right.
it's
Right.
not really demotion, being on the third pair.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
so that's going to be interesting. And
Good problems
like
to
I
have.
said, Bruno could always shift. The Barkov line could be easily back to the way it was.
I thought he was going to do it in the second period yesterday. I thought maybe it was just a one period type of thing, and then he was going to put things back. He did put it back towards the end of the game. Drew was back with Huberdeau and Bennett there, and then we got that 4-on-4, so that kind of took that away. So we'll see.
I like that combo. I really do. The Huberdeau, Barkov for Hagee, and obviously Barkov was all excited. He made a comment in his post game that it's a dream come true playing with those two guys. Obviously, Huberdeau and Barkov are or Barkov and Huberdeau are Batman and Robin. I mean, they're just, in my opinion, the best duo in the league.
Right.
Again, NHL Network felt they have Matthews and Marner.
Yeah.
But I'd put Huberdeau and Barkov against Matthews and Marner any day of the week. Draisaitl and McDavid is another great duo.
Right.
Bergeron and Marchand is another great duo.
Yeah.
Panarin and Kreider. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of great, duos, pairings, whatever.
Right.
But it's just amazing. I mean, the overtime goals, they've been very, very similar. Some of these goals, Barkov passing it to Huberdeau, and or vice versa. Guy taking it up the middle, passing it left, and then streaking down towards the net. It's just a great. Again, Huberdeau's the best passer in the league.
Yeah,
that pass was perfect.
Right.
Perfect timing.
Yep.
Perfect placement. It was just 1, 2, 4 in the net, game over.
And it was it 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 20? There you go. Yeah. I mean, it was just, it was instant. It was before you sat down. I had barely posted Matthias, and that game was over. So
But again, there's no 3-on-3 in the playoffs. So
yeah, but you
it's
know,
all
look,
it's all well and good to rack up points, but when it comes down to it, the playoffs are a completely different animal. And
right.
we're good at 5-on-5, so I'm not worried.
Not
So
worried.
let's
Exactly.
just
Yep.
let's just get these games over with. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I
So
just want to see us take whatever momentum we've built up in this last month
right,
with this streak.
right.
And I'm not going to say peak too early. What I want to say is I just hope they carry the same, energy, momentum, whatever's working now, that it just continues into the playoffs.
Yep. I think it will. Yep.
Everybody's looking for our downfall.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're gonna wait for that. They're gonna be waiting. They're gonna have
Everybody's rooting against us because we've been so damn good and dominating this whole season.
right. Yeah. No,
mean,
we've got fans already chirping in the comments, but that's good. That's good. It'll be fun. If as long as we win, it'll be fun. And then if we don't, you and I will just jump off a cliff, and then we don't have to worry about it. So we're good. All right, guys. We appreciate all the support. Same thing, like, share, subscribe. We hit 1,600 subscribers yesterday, so we're moving forward that way. Stu and I are going to be back tomorrow. We're going to record the Q&A tomorrow morning, and then it'll be out tomorrow like noon, just like the reviews. The email address to send questions to is flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com. If you want your question in the video, that's how you get a hold of us. That way Stu and I can both see it and keep it all in one place, because we're old men and we're easily confused. So
are you officially changing the channel?
yeah, I'm gonna for the playoffs. I have to do a new channel trailer, and then once I have the channel trailer ready, I'll make the changes. So that's what we're gonna do. So.
Listen, comments, guys.
Yep.
What do you think? Eric and I have a difference of opinion on Barkov, Huberdeau, and Giroux.
Yeah.
Like to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It could go either way. You know what I mean? What you said was exactly right. For me, it's just about the timing. It's like we just scored 12 goals. What are we doing? So, but we won. So there's that argument too. And Barkov got 3 goals. So look, I bitch, they win. This is how it works. You know what I mean? If I stop bitching about that, I'm just going to find something else to bitch about, because you don't want me happy. If I'm happy, it's ugly. All right, guys, we appreciate the support. We'll see you again next time.